Okay, fine. So we'll do it in English then. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayati girim yatkrupatam ham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadham Shri Chaitanyeshwaram. So I welcome everyone whoever have been attending this Japa session and waiting till the Hindi and Telugu translation completes. So I actually bow down for your commitment and your dedication and your patience. So somehow, sometimes, the more I talk about a topic, I'll get more examples. And sometimes, Telugu I'll do short and Hindi will be little more and sometimes English will be more than that. Okay. So because of that, there might be delay. So I just summarize and keep it in short about what all we learned and what we are going to discuss. So we've been started this L5 topic. Okay, last year, it's been long time we started this topic. So we thought let us learn something so that we can achieve our highest goal. That is the love of Godhead, right? So many times Prabhupada says that, our ultimate goal should be to have Krishna Prema, right? That is the ultimate fruit of all our sadhana. So we've been talking about L5 to achieve that Krishna Prema. So we've been talking about the first topic as leaving the things that are holding us back. Just like a monkey gets trapped because it is holding some things in his hand and he was not able to remove his hand from the cage, he get caught in that trap. So similarly, we are also not able to leave certain things. That is why we are caught in this world. So we have to think about it, contemplate about them, and we have to start leaving those things so that we can release ourselves from this world and we can go back home, back to Godhead. And then we talked about learning, right? We should never stop learning. Just like a student, we should keep on learning, because we can never say that we know everything and we know everything that is sufficient for us, right? So we have to keep learning our shastras in a systematic way, not only just reading as a novel or as a book, but we have to study scrutinizingly. So we have Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, like that courses are there. So we should aim to do these courses and all, not to get the degrees, but to understand the shastras to a very high extent, right? And then living, how we have to live, right? Of course, living and learning comes under living, but in that also, how we can live? We can live truthfully, honestly, we can live with gratitude, right? And we should live a life of fearlessness, right? We should not have a fear of losing something material, right? We may have a fear of losing something spiritual. Oh, I may stop remembering Krishna, I may stop attending classes if I be like that. Okay, if I do like that, I may lose track in my bhakti and I may not achieve Krishna prema. So that fear has to be there. Okay, but we should not have a fear like, I may lose some possession or position like that, or some person may come and go away, because people and positions and situations will come and go, right? If we are always afraid about them, then we are actually ruining our consciousness. We are not going to elevate our consciousness, right? So we have to have fear. That is also some other quality of fear we should have. Otherwise, we should be fearless, because we are in the hands, we are in the safest hands. We are in the hands of Krishna, and Krishna's hands are known as Abhaya Hasta. And our Srila Prabhupada's name is also Abhaya Charanaravinda, right? So if these persons are there in our life, what is to be afraid of, right? So we should be fearless. Now, today we will talk about something about loving, right? So why we have to love, and what is the importance of knowing this love? Okay, so in general, if we have a lot of money, if someone takes some money from us, we may not get bothered about that. We will feel like, I have crores of money, you have taken few rupees or thousands or hundreds, I don't bother about it. But imagine if we have only 1000 rupees and the other person is taking 500 or 700, 800, we'll be worried when that money will come back. So similarly, all of us have a scarcity of love, right? So the more we have the scarcity, the more we'll be afraid of loving someone, and the more we will feel insecurity about return, getting the love in return. So we should not only expect love from those who are in this world, but we should expect love and we should try to get love from that person who is beyond this world, or who is the creator of all this world. So the title is Love, the Source of Love, to have him, but not to have something from him. That means let us start loving Krishna, who is the source of love, not to have something from him, but to have him only. Because if we have Krishna, we have everything. Anything that we take from Krishna, that will get consumed in some time. But if we have Krishna, who is unlimited, will never have any scarcity. So bhakti is all about relationship with Krishna, and it is also about our relationship with the other people. And in any relationships, we need trust, we need dependency, and most importantly, we need love. So all of us have the scarcity of love. That is the reason we don't get love from other people, and we find it difficult to love other person. Why? Because we have cut off our connection with the source of love. So if we are re-establishing our connection with Krishna, then the supply of love will be so much that we'll have no scarcity. We'll have love in abundance, right? So before we go ahead, let us see what is the nature of the love, right? So the first thing is the nature of love is that it is unconditional, right? You cannot put conditions. Okay, if you are like this, then only I love. If you do this, then only I will love. So like that, conditions we cannot put. So the pure love which is there, that is unconditional, and it has no reason. If someone asks you why do you love that person, if you have a reason for it, then sooner or later you will lose that reason. So if you ask Brajavasis why you love Krishna, they cannot give any reason. Either they give unlimited reasons or they give no reason, right? Why? Because love means it cannot be logical, right? It is so emotional, so feeling oriented or emotion oriented that you cannot put any logic in that. So when you have a logic in loving someone, then that logic may go sooner or later. So love is reasonless, gunatita, and the love is compassion and service centered. In lust we want the things. Okay, I want this, I want that, I want that person to do like this, like that. He has to give me this, he has to give me that, and all. So it is only taking. But the actual love is actually compassionate. It is giving and it is service centered. How I am going to serve the person, how I am going to please that person, that will be the center. Even though he may not be reciprocating back, but I will try to do that. And love revenge even without or counter reciprocation, right? So whatever we do, we need reciprocation. If I'm telling also I want a reciprocation from you, that you have to listen, right, carefully. So everywhere that we do, we need a reciprocation. But the pure love, or the love actually in essence, it doesn't go down or it get affected when we don't get any reciprocation. Even if the person rejects also, we don't get affected so much. That means our love will not go down. We may feel bad, but our love will not go down. And love elevates our consciousness. When we love someone, our character should develop, our consciousness should develop. But most of the times we see, sometimes, in the name of love, we degrade our consciousness, even we degrade the person's consciousness whom we love. We see the example of Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra used to think he loved his children, and that is the reason he wants their happiness. But actually, for their children's happiness, he is ready to kill the brother's sons also. His kinsmen is ready to sacrifice them for the love of his children, right? So that is not love. Love means that, I will sacrifice everything for the well-being of everyone. If something is good for me, okay, something I like, I'm ready to sacrifice that also, if I feel that because of that everyone else can be happy. So that is like, here we are talking about elevation of our consciousness. Then love sets us free. Love has freedom, right? I cannot control you. If I say that, I say that I love you, and that is why I want you to be like this only. You should not talk to that person. You should not do this. You should not go out and all. So we cannot restrict a person whom we love. There should be freedom. Yeah, there should be protection. There should be security. But more than that, there should be freedom. And love is voluntary. We cannot force someone by putting the gun at the blind. You know what you say? Here and putting them like, no, if you don't love me, right, I will kill you. Like that, we cannot force anyone. It has to be voluntary. And love gives and forgives. So forgiveness is a symptom of love, right? So I am able to forgive and forget what you have done to me, right? I may take action to correct you, but I'll not have the guilt, the what you say, the grudge inside my heart, and I'll not forgive you. Like that, it won't have. And it never gives up. It stays in thick and thin times. Oh, things are going well, time is well, so I am loving you. I love you. Okay. I'll give you everything in the world. If things go wrong, oh, you have ruined my world. Please get out of my life. So thick and thin times doesn't matter. Love will stay. And then love chooses person over positions and possessions. right? If I had to give up certain things, okay, only to regain the love of a person, I am ready to do that. Okay. So I am ready to let go what I like, okay, to the person whom I like or love. And then love grows even in separation. All right. Nowadays we see, like, when we are together, there is a possibility of love. But if we are living in a far distance, no communication, right? Then also the love doesn't go down, it actually increases. So to understand these points, we'll try to see the three different perspectives, like how Lord loves us, and how devotees love the Lord, and how there will be love between one devotee and another devotee, right? So if we know this, then what will happen? We will understand love in a better way, because sometimes we are very much confused, like what to do and what not to do. So our devotees and Krishna, through his pastimes, he teaches us like how we can maintain our love and how we can grow in love. So Krishna's love towards us, if we see both non-devotees and devotees, his love is almost equal, right? We all get everything that we are required to get, right? And he never says, like, you are not a devotee, so I'll not supply you oxygen. No, he always supply oxygen, he always supply food, water, everything that is required for Jiva to survive in this world, everything will be provided, right? We may feel scarcity because our desires are too much, right? Our needs are less only, and all our needs will be fulfilled. In Hindi, they say, हाथी को मन भर, चींटी को कण भर भगवान सप्लाई करते हैं, right? So a grain for an ant and tons of food for an elephant, Lord actually provides. And both doesn't do any job actually. But still we feel like, I'm doing so much, but still I'm not having everything, because our desires are so much. Our needs are less, but our wants are unlimited. That is why we feel the scarcity. So whether we are a devotee or not, Lord supplies everything, right? He never leaves our heart. Whether we are in a body of a mosquito or a cat or a dog or a pig or a human or a demigod, whatever it may be, he never leaves our heart. So with Atma, there will always be Paramatma in this material world, right? He cannot say that, I have waited for so many lifetimes, I have supported you, I have been there, but now I have decided that I am going to give up, and I am not going to come with you in the next body as Paramatma. He never says like that. He's never tired, right? In the Gajendra prayers, the Gajendra says, Muktaya Bhuri Karunaya Namolayaya. Oh Lord, you are free from everything. So you can free me from everything. And then Lord may say, why I should free you? Then he says, Bhuri Karunaya, you are so compassionate, right? You are not only free, you are compassionate. That is why you can free me. Then the Lord may say, like, I have tried so many times. Now, why should I try again? Then Lord Gajendra says, Namo Layaya. Oh Lord, you are never get tired, right? You always waiting for the souls to come back, and you are always consistently putting efforts to get the souls back home, back to Godhead. So we see through Guru, through sadhus, through Shastras, Krishna is always trying to get us back home, back to Godhead. He comes as Srila Vyasadeva and gives us all the Vedas, Puranas, Vedanta Sutras, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, and all, so that we can read them, we can develop love for Krishna, and we can come back. So he never gets tired. Unlimited attempts Krishna makes to get us back home, back to Godhead. Even a parent, when the child is not taking the medicine, can try for some time and get tired. Okay, he may take a break, and after then he may start trying again. But Krishna never takes a break. He's consistently on the work to get us back home, back to Godhead. So Krishna never forgets our service. He never forgets us, even though we forget what he has done for us, even though we forget him at all, right? So that is Krishna's love. And then we see how devotees love Krishna. So if we see the example of Arjuna, when he has to choose Narayan over Narayani Sena, he had no other thought. When Krishna says, I'm going to fight, so I'll be on one party, and my Sena, my army, Narayani Sena, will be on the other party. Both together will not be there. So either you have to choose me or my army. Then Arjuna, without thinking for a second, he chooses Krishna. He says, I want you only. Duryodhana wanted to choose Narayani Sena, but fortunately he gets Narayani Sena, right? That's what he thinks. And he goes back to Bhishma and says that, I got Narayani Sena, now our victory is assured. Then what Bhishma says that, what is the use of Narayani Sena without Narayan, right? We actually want to have Narayana, right? then only Narayana will be useful, right? So Arjuna makes a right choice. He chooses Krishna over any possession or position. And then we talk about Bali Maharaj, who has given everything for Lord Vamana, right? So when Krishna takes something, he gives in return so much. But if you give everything to Krishna, then he gives himself to you, right? The greatest gift in the bhakti is not something that Krishna gives us, but when Krishna gives himself to us. So we see that Bali Maharaj, after giving up everything, Krishna says, the Lord Vamana says that you have given everything to me. You have done the Atma Nivedana. So you are the Acharya of Atma Nivedana. In the Navavida Bhakti, the ninth is the Atma Nivedana. That means giving everything to Krishna. So when we give everything to Krishna, what Lord Vamana told to Bali Maharaj, that you have given me everything. Now I will make sure that you will lose nothing. No one can take anything from you because I will be standing like a security guard to you and I'll not let anyone take anything from you. Why? Because you have given me everything. So if we talk about Prahlad Maharaj also, generally in bhakti or to God, we come for the two reasons, either for physical gain or mental gains, right? Sometimes we want some money, some job, or some kind of income, or getting the problem solved of marriage, this or that. Sometimes we come because we have everything, but we don't have mental peace. So either of this reason we will come, either for mental reasons or physical reasons. But when we see the case of Prahlad Maharaj, his father is Hiranyakashipu. He had everything, all the opulences he had, right? The physical material opulences he had. And second, Prahlad Maharaj by default had mental peace. Okay. His mental peace has the possibility to get ruined only because he is a devotee. If he would have said that I'll not worship Lord Vishnu, then his life would be happy actually. But because he said, I worship Lord Vishnu, and he said to Hiranyakashipu, you also should worship Lord Vishnu, his life became miserable. Though internally he was transcendental, but whatever situation Prahlad Maharaj has faced, if we would have faced, then our mental peace would be gone. It would have been the far-fetching reality, and we would be thinking like, I have actually committed a mistake by worshipping Lord Vishnu. Right? Sometimes our parents or sometimes our society also tells us, why you are wasting time in this Hare Krishna and all, you should not do like that and all. Sometimes people oppose. And because of that, sometimes we give up also. Or sometimes we stand low also, right? So things will be like that. So for Prahlad Maharaj also, it was not difficult, but he never gave up, right? His love for Krishna only increased. He never thought like, Krishna, I am worshipping you, but see, my own father is trying to kill me because of you. Now, what is the use of me doing bhakti? He never thought like that, right? So Shikshashtakam 7 and 8 also tells us the devotee's love towards Krishna. The text 7 says that Yugaitam nimeshena chakshusha pravrushaitam shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. So the world is nothing but a void without Krishna. If Krishna is there, I am okay with the world. But if Krishna is not there, I don't want to live even in Vaikuntha also, right? Because without Krishna, even a fraction of seconds looks like a yuga, right? So a millennium, it looks like a fraction of second when I'm separated from Krishna. So wherever Krishna is there, I want to be there, whether it is hell or heaven, Vaikuntha or this world, wherever I go, I want to be with Krishna, right? And then the text 8 says that, Ashlishava padaratam pinashtumam adarshanan marma hatam karotuva yatha tathava vidhatu lampato mat prananathastu saeva naparaha. Oh Krishna, you can do anything with me. You can embrace me, or you just trample me under your feet. You can give your darshan or you don't give your darshan. You will love me in back or you love someone else by rejecting me. Whatever you want to do, you do, but you will stay as the Lord of my heart forever. There is no other person who can take this place. So the Brajavasis and these devotees make us remember that actually we are keeping Krishna aside and we are hoping for something other than Krishna. Sometimes even through Krishna, we want something other than Krishna. So this is not the attitude which we have to make. We have to always choose Krishna and we have to work to get love from Krishna or experience love from Krishna. Krishna is already loving us, but we are not experiencing that. So when we try to make ourselves purified, what will happen? We will start experiencing Krishna's love. And that is the meaning of getting the supply of love. And because of that, what will happen? we will also start loving others. That is why we see the devotees love towards other devotees. So Nityananda Prabhu was preaching to Jagai and Madai, who are like the Naradhamas, right? The lowest of the mankind, who are so sinful that everyone wanted them to be die. But only Nityananda Prabhu wanted them to preach Krishna consciousness. And even they hurt Nityananda Prabhu. They hurled a earthen pot and they made his forehead bleed, right? So while he was bleeding, Nityananda Prabhu said, the more than pain that you caused through this wound, I am actually feeling pain because you are not chanting, right? You are not chanting the Lord's name. So please chant the Lord's name. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by seeing that, he actually invoked his Sudarshan Chakra to kill Jagai and Madai. But Nityananda Prabhu told, no, 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 no. We are not here to kill them. We are here to transform them. So his love towards all the living beings is so much that he wants everyone to become Krishna conscious, right? In that same way, even we see Srila Prabhupada, he was going through a lot of pain, but he never stopped preaching Krishna consciousness. He always thought everyone wants Krishna and I will try to give Krishna to everyone. If people become Krishna conscious, they can solve everything. So Krishna consciousness is the solution for everything. That's what Srila Prabhupada believed. That's what Nityananda Prabhu believed. And that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is the Lord himself, believed the same. And that is why he was unlimitedly, profusely supplying love of Godhead. So, Jare dekho yare kaha tare, sorry, Jare dekho tare kaha Krishna upadesh. So, whomever you see, you teach Krishna's teachings, right? Why? Because through that, actually everyone can experience Krishna's love. And then everyone feel abundance of love, right? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes as in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and he is giving to he is giving this Harinam so that we can invoke and we can awaken the love of Godhead. And he is not seeing who is of which caste, what eligibility and all. He is just giving away. He is just giving away. So similarly, we should also see that, the devotees are able to do that because they have unlimited supply of love from Krishna. And why they have this? Because they have put a lot of effort to experience Krishna's love. So similarly, if we feel any scarcity in our life about love, then we should try to love Krishna. So love Krishna, love all. So we might have difficulties in our relationships, in our physical material relationships also. That is also because we have not a proper relationship with Krishna. So having relationship with Krishna, loving Krishna is like watering the roots. So when we water the roots, the leaves and the branches will automatically get love. So if we try to keep Krishna aside and try to fulfill any desire of our loving ones, over a period of time, we will feel the scarcity of love. We will be frustrated. But if we keep Krishna in the center, then automatically everyone will actually become happy. Initially, you may find people having difficulty because we started loving Krishna, but over a period of time, they will be very happy. And we cannot fulfill the desires of all the people. We cannot give love to all, but Krishna can give. So what we have to do? We have to develop our love towards Krishna, experience Krishna's love in our life, and we should bring Krishna in others' life so that everyone will have abundance of love and satisfaction. So otherwise, what will happen is we are trying to quench someone's thirst. Let us say, for example, if you have a one bottle of water, okay, one bottle of water, and someone is thirsty. So do you think 1 liter of water can quench their thirst? Okay, I'll let you give the chance. You have 1 liter bottle, good minerally Bisleri water, and someone is thirsty. Can that thirst will be quenched by giving that water? Yes or no? You can unmute and say.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
Yes, very good. Correct answer. Okay. If that person is again thirsty, do you have more water?
No, Prabhuji.
If that person becomes thirsty again, we do not have enough water. But imagine if you have given him a lake or a flowing river of sweet, blissful water, then do you have to be worried about when he becomes thirsty next times from where I should bring water? Will you have to be worried about it?
No, no, Prabhuji. It's very good.
That, So this is what Krishna consciousness. We give Krishna to others, then we are need not bother about anything, because whatever they want, they can take it from Krishna, right? And they'll never feel any need also, right? And actually, we, even though you love someone and you try to do everything to them, how long you will be able to do it? Over a period of time, you have to give up this body, right? You have to give up this life, isn't it? So let us not make our people depend on us. Let us make ourselves and our people depend on Krishna, because he can fulfill all the desires and he can be with them all the time, right? So we should only get attached to someone who is going to stay with us forever, and that is only Krishna, right? So we love Srila Prabhupada, we love devotees only because we see them in connection with Krishna. Imagine if Srila Prabhupada is a big businessman, okay, just like Ambani or Tata. Do you think we'll have love for him?
No, Prabhuji.
We only love devotees because they are connected to Krishna. We don't love devotees because they are handsome or they have a lot of money or they can talk nicely. All of them may be attractive, but we don't love them because all of them. We love them because they are in connection to Krishna. So we see them as Krishna's representatives. That is why we love them. The moment they come to know, imagine that you come to know that, one of the Prabhuji or Mataji, whom you like a lot, whom you love a lot, you come to know that they're actually no more Krishna conscious. Okay, so do you think that the things will be same?
No, Prabhuji, the scenarios won't be same. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So it will change. So actually we have to get attached to Krishna and we have to tell other people to get attached to Krishna. See, if you have Krishna, whomever you need in life, they will come. Okay, we need not search for people to go there. We need not hanker for love. We need not hanker for satisfaction and all. Because as long as we are with Krishna, Krishna can give us everything. And so much that others will also get. See, if I work in a company, if I get a lot of money also, that money is limited. I can feed so many people, but I cannot feed enough people. But if I am actually connected to Krishna, then actually I need not feed others. Krishna will feed them. So everything is unlimited in Krishna, and people need unlimited. We need unlimited love. We don't need this much love or that much love. If that is the case, we would be always satisfied. But we need an ocean of love, and that ocean has to be unlimited, bottomless and shoreless. Right? And that is the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Right? So that is what we need it. And our Acharyas, Srila Prabhupada, everyone's trying to give that. So we have to just open our arms, open our mind and heart to receive that. We are just closed. Okay. We are telling like, no, no, now I don't need it. Next time when I need it, I'll tell you. No, whenever it is coming, we should be open and we should get it because we need it. Sometimes our mind will not say. Like when you are angry, do you give up eating?
Yes, Prabhuji. We will give
Sometimes,
up.
మీకు కోపం వచ్చినప్పుడు అన్నం తినడం మానేస్తారా లేదా?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes కదా? So actually जब हमें भूख लगती है, खाने की जरूरत होती है या नहीं होती है?
होती है
प्रभु जी।
होती है, लेकिन हम खाते नहीं है। क्यों? क्योंकि माइंड बोलता है गुस्सा इंपॉर्टेंट है, योर एंगर इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट देन फूड. सो सिमिलरली एक्चुअली वी नीड लव, okay, and we have to be Krishna conscious, but our mind tells that we need not love Krishna, we are not in need of Krishna's love. It covers our consciousness, and that is the reason we are actually not always devotional, right? So similarly, how in anger it covers our need for food, right? So similarly, when we are not properly situated, our own mind will cover our necessity of Krishna. We may start thinking like I can live without Krishna also. That is why in some of the moments why we choose Maya, because we think that we don't need Krishna, right? Even though we know it, sometimes we cannot make that choice. So this is the complication that we create in our life when we are not connected to Krishna. So this year we're gonna try to love Krishna more, love devotees more, right? Experience Krishna's love more. What we have been done in 2022, 21, 19, 18, and all those years, we are trying to do better, right? So we are trying to better leave the things, learn the things, live a better life by loving Krishna. And then what we are going to do in terms of lifting, that we will try to discuss either tomorrow or on Friday. Thank you so much. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.